Hi guys, welcome again. This is a post-match show after what happened today, and here's the summary for the game. Capitals reached super over with Stoinis' heroics and Mayank's great anchorship. And in the super over, Mayank Agarwal didn't show up. It was KL Rahul and Puran. And then Rabada just cut them out. And that was the 3 runs in the super over. Well, that was about it. And Delhi killed it off. Now we have 3 panelists, one from Mumbai, Chennai and then RCB to celebrate this with Pranav and me.
I think ये मैच इतना ज़्यादा इंसेन था कि इसमें अगर रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं करती तो मतलब क्या ही करते।
इसमें करना हो। इसमें तो
अजीब साउंड करी कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा चिल्ला लिया अभी।
नहीं जीत गए ना, इतनी मुश्किल से जीत गए हो तो मतलब
क्या मैच नहीं, क्योंकि जब हम सोचे थे कोई टीम जीतने वाली है, उसकी जो ऑपोजिट टीम थी वो कम बैक कर रही थी। लाइक पहले 10 ओवर्स के बाद लग रहा था पंजाब जीत जाएगी, राइट? फिर दिल्ली ने कम बैक किया, फिर पंजाब की विकेट्स गिर गई तो लग रहा था दिल्ली जीतेगी, फिर पंजाब ने कम बैक किया, फिर सुपर ओवर में भी लाइक इवन बिफोर लास्ट बॉल तक लग रहा था कि पंजाब ही जीतेगी, एंड देन दिल्ली कैसे आई एंड फिर सुपर ओवर में जीती। तो बहुत ज्यादा रन्स थे इस मैच।
that made it a perfect match, right? Perfect IPL match.
Like I think Delhi lost it for themselves. मतलब यहाँ तक दिल्ली को नहीं पहुँचना चाहिए था, चाहे कितने भी बकवास बॉलर्स क्यों ना हो। Like even if we didn't have Ashwin, we should have still made it before this.
I guess Ashwin not being there is also a very strong factor, क्योंकि Ashwin हमारा full time bowler की तरह खेल रहा है, right? और उसके अलावा अक्षर पटेल और मार्को स्टोइनिस ठीक है बॉलर्स है, बट लाइक वो अगेन बिट्स एंड पीसेस है, और हम अश्विन पे डिपेंड।
अक्सर तो तुम्हारा फर्स्ट बॉलर ही है, अक्सर तो तुम्हारा 4 ओवर बॉलर है मार्कस स्टोइनिस,
राइट?
बट फिर भी आई थिंक पंजाब की स्ट्रेटजी बहुत स्ट्रांग थी यार। लाइक दे टारगेटेड अ फ्यू बॉलर्स, they were targeting Mohit Sharma, clearly they were leaving a few runs for इसके लिए।
Also उनका बैट्समैन के अगेंस्ट आई गेस वो भी बहुत क्लियर था। लाइक ऋषभ पंत से उनको अपनी बॉल ऑफ स्टंप से दूर रखनी थी, और ऋषभ पंत को वहां पे ही प्रॉब्लम होती है, तो वो भी बहुत क्लियर प्लान के साथ आए थे। सारे बॉलर्स सेम बॉल कर रहे थे।
एंड डूड बिश्नोई का कंट्रोल, डूड आई डिडंट सी हिम ओवर पिच इवन वन बॉल।
एग्जैक्टली राइट।
ये ओवर पिच होते ही तो श्रेयस अय्यर वाज ऑन टू इट एवरी टाइम।
हाँ श्रेयस अय्यर प्लेड वेल, मतलब इवन अगेंस्ट स्पिन जो उसने 2 छक्के मारे
गौतम को
कि श्रेयस अय्यर बहुत जल्दी आउट हो गया, राइट? मुझे लगा कि वो उसको इतना एंड तक खेलना चाहिए था उसको।
Dude, I think the key point in Punjab's innings was Maxwell.
Right.
He had to show up. Yeah, he had to show up.
Yeah, so
एक point पर अगर
bad.
हाँ. Yeah, but at the same time, मतलब मयंक ने जिस तरीके से खेला, they didn't need Maxwell after a point, no.
True, but like I don't think इस स्टेज पे पहुंचते। See, इनका वन डाउन बैट्समैन करुण देख, केएल राहुल गॉट आउट एकदम मेरिट वाले बॉल पे, अच्छा बॉल था। करुण नायर वाज एवरेज, काफी एवरेज शॉट। उसके बाद तुम्हारा पूरन तो एकदम मतलब अमेजिंग बॉल में आउट हुआ भाई, क्या बॉल था वो अश्विन का। एंड देन आफ्टर यू लॉस्ट 3 विकेट्स, तुम आके ऐसे, अबे तुम यू बीन पेड 10.75 crores, तुम्हारा 3 ये कितना 34 for 3 या कुछ है, थोड़ा तो रिस्पांसिबिलिटी लाइक तुम अज्यूम करोगे वो प्लेयर ले।
आई गेस आज उसका दिन ही नहीं था, उसको दोनों बॉलें बहुत अच्छी पड़ी। इवन सुपर ओवर में जो रबाडा की बॉल थी, क्या बॉल डाली उसने उस पे,
अमेजिंग बॉल। बट वो स्लॉक करने क्यों गया यार जब उसके पास एक ही विकेट था? व्हाई डिडंट ही ट्राई टू गेट सम रन्स इन? आई डोंट नो।
I know, but super over में pressure है ना, मतलब अभी you've had 2 balls, your scores only 2. You need to get some runs, right? You need, I think in a super over especially, you need a minimum of 10 runs, I think, in that over. Like I think anything below 10 runs is going to be very tough.
I have never seen 2 runs in a super over.
Dude, fair, but like you can always get a six. In cricket, you can always aim for that loose ball to get a six. If you don't have wickets till the end, then what's the point? Right?
नहीं, but I think flow में उसका दिमाग, I think his brain is just premeditated.
उसको respect करनी चाहिए.
And also like मयंक अग्रवाल अगर अच्छा खेल रहा था आज तो उसको डालना चाहिए था. केएल राहुल और like.
लेकिन वो मालूम है वो फील्डिंग के लिए भी नहीं आया.
हाँ, मयंक बहुत मतलब I think he was completely fried. I don't think he had any energy left.
But फिर भी आना चाहिए.
Sort of cramping up.
एक over
What he got, you know, that innings where so in the end of his innings, I was surprised down to number 8. Jordan is coming at number 8, right? And still, I mean, that's a pretty deep batting lineup.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It is.
मेरे फ्रेंड्स भी सब ये कह रहे थे कि जब तक जॉर्डन आउट नहीं हो रहा तब तक पंजाब गेम में है.
Definitely, but
यार हम तो मुंबई इंडियंस तो 5 के बाद ही सो जाते हैं, कोई प्लेयर ही नहीं है.
but I'll point something out by the way.
Right.
I was paying close attention कि I think मुझे जितना याद है 3 ओवर में 42 चाहिए थे and मयंक अग्रवाल was on 48. Okay. And कितने रन मारे उसके बाद उन्होंने
89 मारा.
81 and Mayank Agarwal got out at 89. So Jordan didn't even score a run in the last 15 balls. It was Mayank Agarwal का अकेला का batting because they used that field, you know, they used that massive field. They took 2 runs regularly. वो लोग कभी मतलब कोई भी एक रन होने ही नहीं दिया. हर बार वो स्ट्राइक ले रहा था, लास्ट बॉल में रन ले रहा था. बहुत अच्छा मेरे को लगा जिस तरीके से उन्होंने अप्रोच किया.
नहीं, आई गेस दिल्ली की भी बैटिंग काफी डीप थी क्योंकि दिल्ली 99 for 6 थे आफ्टर 16 और 16.5 ओवर्स और समथिंग और वहां से 157 आना, आई गेस इट्स एन अचीवमेंट अपने में.
I think दोनों टीम में वन मैच
अश्विन थे, मतलब यू नो इतने टॉन्कर्स नहीं है वो लोग. अगर स्टोइनिस नहीं खेलता तब बहुत मुश्किल हो जाती है हमारे लिए कुछ भी करना.
I think दोनों टीम में वन मैन शो था.
ट्रू, बट आई थिंक वन मैन शो से ज्यादा मतलब मयंक अग्रवाल का तो पूरा था. मैक्स मतलब स्टोइनिस का कह सकते हैं मतलब वन मैन शो, बट नॉट रियली, क्योंकि बाद में आया था उसने एक ओवर में मारा टारगेट.
दो प्लेयर ने स्टेडी किया और फिर स्टोइनिस ने टोंक किया. मयंक अग्रवाल स्टेडी भी किया और टोंक भी किया.
एग्जैक्टली,
वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. आई थिंक वो बहुत सही खेला उसने उस हिसाब से. मतलब क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग में अगर केएल चला गया
प्रेशर इन सेकंड इनिंग्स आल्सो ना.
Exactly. And honestly, just because of Mayank Agarwal's performance, I wanted Punjab to. Like I wasn't supporting any particular team in this game, and just because of Mayank Agarwal's performance and they reached the super over, I wanted them to win. काफी sad था यार.
आई गेस
पंजाब फैंस के लिए काफी sad.
सबका अलग होता है, बट लाइक जैसे नहीं, आई फील कि दिल्ली ने भी अच्छा खेला इन द सेंस कि जब स्टार्टिंग से विकेट गिर गए तो श्रेयस अय्यर और ऋषभ पंत दे टुक कंट्रोल, राइट, आए और फिर उन्होंने संभाला काफी देर के लिए. और मतलब आई गेस ऋषभ पंत को आउट हो गया वो जल्दी, शॉट मारने की जरूरत नहीं थी वहां पे जब वो रवि बिश्नोई के सामने क्लियरली स्ट्रगल कर रहा था और रवि बिश्नोई भी उसको तंग कर रहा था बार बार आउटसाइड ऑफ डाल के. तो उसने वहां पे थोड़ी जल्दी कर दी एंड उस वजह से आई गेस श्रेयस अय्यर को भी थोड़ा उसने सोचा कि लाइक ऐसे ही होता है जब पार्टनरशिप एंड होती है तो दोनों बैट्समैन साथ में आउट होते हैं.
No, but like Shreyas Agarwal got out to a very good ball.
हाँ, definitely. Shreyas Ayyar, I mean.
बस दूसरा बार पंत फिटनेस में क्या हो गया बॉस? इन प्लेयर्स का क्या हाल हो गया है? Look at Pant, boss. It looks like he's like put on like 10 kilos.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure. Rishabh Pant, every player who seems like they put on weight have put on weight.
Yeah.
नहीं, और सरफराज
अरे कल के गेम में भी it's like they're looking at, okay, so even Delhi's fielding was pathetic also.
Yeah.
Look at the boundaries में क्या सब.
I also felt कि थोड़ा फील्डिंग करना मुश्किल हो रहा था. इवन पंजाब के लिए लाइक इतना इजीली स्लाइड नहीं मार पा रही थी. सैंड बेस्ड ग्राउंड में थोड़ा स्लाइड्स मारना हो रहा था.
Apparently,
but also दिल्ली की फील्डिंग इतनी,
I think दिल्ली की फील्डिंग अच्छी नहीं थी बिल्कुल. तुमको बोलते सारे मतलब you to not take that catch. मयंक अग्रवाल का कैच आया था उसके पास सेकंड लास्ट ओवर की लास्ट बॉल पे एंड वो भी ड्रॉप होके चौका पड़ गया.
राइट.
एंड ऐसा श्रेयस अय्यर नहीं करता है ऐसा. यूजुअली वो कैच लेता है, मतलब ही इज अ गुड फील्डर. अगर श्रेयस अय्यर छोड़ रहे हैं लाइक ही इज द कैप्टन, तो व्हाट कैन ही से आल्सो. बहुत ज्यादा पैथेटिक लास्ट टाइम में बहुत खराब हो गया था.
But I also feel कि प्रेशर भी होता है.
मेरी आवाज ऐसे,
you know, one thing that I took away from this match, actually two things I took away. तो पहले ये है कि मयंक अग्रवाल की टेम्परामेंट देखिए, जो पूरा इनिंग्स के साथ जो अप्रोच किया था उसने, मतलब इतने like patience के साथ वो खेला था अंत तक, and that was where the game was. I think so. That is like the difference between a match winner and a good batsman. Like the fact that you can play a really good innings, but if you don't see your side through, if you're not out, if you're not out at the end, the game is still not
That's
over,
true.
right? The game is still, है ना? तो and Mayank Agarwal की वो जो shot उसने खेला था second last ball पे, ये क्यों खेलना था? Why did he play this, right? There was no need. He could have. It was a full toss. It was a full toss. He didn't need to go for a big flamboyant hit to win it, right? He could have just played it along the ground. He just needed one run, right? And I think he knows this also. He knows that he's made a mistake. He made a mistake immediately, I think, at that point itself. And I think that's where that is one very crucial point in the match where Punjab will feel like, okay, that's we need to work on that for sure. Mayank will definitely feel very bad. I think usko kya, I mean,
But
kaise
like
lagi?
anyone would be tempted. Like I don't think it's that big of a problem because anyone would be tempted to like end things when you have like played 89 runs. You have been controlling the whole innings. You have been playing very stable.
But temperament ki. No, but see, temperament ki. But you don't have any batsmen left. See, if you take like the 2011 World Cup for example, right? You had 11 balls to play with. When Dhoni hit that 6, he had 11 balls to play with. He had batsmen remaining. Here, you don't have batsmen remaining. You don't have, you don't have balls also remaining. So you got to be very careful. One run from 2 balls is still a game. If you get out, it's still a game, right? So it's not that simple.
I do agree, but I still
I
think
don't
that,
think he was tempted.
Huh?
Dude, I think it was just a judgment, like error in judgment in his part. I don't think opening batsmen who have the temperament to play such an innings are tempted on the last ball. I think he thought he could clear the boundary, and I know that error of judgment is not like justified at that level, but I don't think it was a matter of temptation. And as a batsman who's trying to see his innings through, you've made 89 runs for your team and you've almost taken them through. I don't think you should get tempted at that stage, man, whether it's a full toss or not.
Do you guys think it was a trap laid for him? So there's only one field on the boundary, right?
Oh no, dude! Marcus Stoinis was clearly aiming for Yorker there. That is so obvious.
I mean, come on, this is one fielder on the whole boundary, right? And he finds him.
Yeah,
Wide outside the post, right? That's why I do not
think it's a trap. That's why it's not a trap. He was not going for a trap. The field was in on the offside. He was just trying to bowl it there in the block hole and make sure they didn't get the single, get a dot ball there. He was not looking for a. He did not expect that.
I think आज like Marcus Stoinis का दिन था, like वो कुछ भी करेगा उससे मैच चल रहा था.
30 runs in 1 over. Imagine 30 runs.
So definitely उसका.
Another thing that I'd like to point out. Let's suppose you have 2 balls and you have 1 run to score, and there is a risk of that ball being a dot ball. Then you as a batsman might explain to yourself ki, okay, just play your natural game, like play according to the ball and don't try to hit a single or like try to place the ball in a certain place to get a single, because then it might turn out to be a dot ball. And I feel like maybe in that regard someone like a Mayank Agarwal might have told himself, okay, I'll just play according to the ball, and we should, and I'm pretty sure we'll see this game through. So maybe that was like the line. So you never know what he was thinking, but just a little sad.
सारे theories चल रहे हैं भाई. सारे theories जो हैं वो चल रहे हैं भाई.
Whatever it was, see.
It was definitely one of the greatest IPL matches I have watched personally.
I have one more point here.
Yes, you go on.
So I had one more point. I actually am very impressed with the way Delhi kept their calm here. I really am, and I think that's what is making them. I think this is what's turning them into a side that makes the playoffs consistently. I think to make the playoffs, you need to be able to pull out wins from situations that look dead, right? Which is what teams like Chennai and Mumbai and even to an extent Sunrisers also do, right? You need to be able to pull out wins from absolutely dead situations, and I think this is where Delhi Capitals will take a lot of confidence also from
Exactly, like where they were after let's say 10 overs and where they finished and how they got back to the match, it would definitely add to their confidence.
Right.
That goes a lot of credit to Shreyas Iyer, right? I mean, the way he handled the team in the last 3 or 4 overs.
Right. हम जितना भी
barring the drop catch.
That was a tough one, boss. That was a tough one.
It was a tough one.
It was tough, but Shreyas is expected to take such catches. You know, he's the best. Like,
There was something in the commentary. Somebody was talking about the lights and stuff like that. I don't know how much that affected that catch.
Yeah, I mean, it was not easy. It definitely wasn't easy. But still, you know, like, you will always back Shreyas for taking that catch.
But I am just amazed. Actually, what you mentioned about Delhi Capitals actually making the playoffs and beyond is actually, I think I would agree with that, because the strength of their bowling attack has just shown. They've really bowled well. I mean, to think of not having Ashwin bowl his 4 overs and still be able to hold the team is pretty decent.
So that's very true. I think that's very
ईशांत शर्मा, हमारा ईशांत शर्मा पहले पावर प्ले में निकालता है ओवर्स, आज वो अवेलेबल नहीं है, फिर भी हमने अच्छा किया.
Mohit Sharma as a backup.
I do feel that you lacked someone who could support Rabada.
No, definitely.
Rabada was all on his own.
No, but that opening spell was pretty decent, boss. That Nautica opening spell was pretty decent.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic opening bowler, but as soon as Ishant comes back to the side, I think they'll go with Ishant bowling up front. So once Ishant comes in, how does the team dynamic change? Like, do they get in Kimo Paul instead of Northuray?
No, definitely. Exactly.
Yeah, do they get in Daniel Sams so that he can support?
How do they replace Ashwin? That's the other big question.
Mishra comes in. Simple. That actually comes in.
Yeah, but I think
Mishra is not a like for like replacement for Ashwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at what Ashwin did in his first over. एक over में 2 wicket take it.
There is no replacement for Ashwin, by the way. There is
really good.
Even if you get Amit Mishra, he can give you good overs, but like, he will get off for runs also. With Ashwin, he controls everything. And especially in these conditions, like, off spinners are actually very, very lethal.
But which other off spinners do you have to go to? I mean, like, in this situation,
we don't have off spinners. We have
right.
So
we have.
No, so I think, but Akshar will continue, right? Akshar will still continue, right? So, if you want to play an extra spinner, you gotta.
Akshar played decent. Akshar played decent today. Also, he played decent.
I think you should actually acknowledge Akshar's performance.
Exactly. I think he did play decent. Considering that Ashwin would have bowled 3 more overs, right? Then we were literally there. We would have finished the game way before. Because the way Ashwin turned the game altogether in the first over itself, he looked very, very good today. Very good. So I think Ashwin not being there is one big issue. But Akshar can actually maybe at least help Amit Mishra, if not anything else.
Yeah. But you need Amit Mishra in this side. They will definitely lack a batsman after Ashwin goes. At number 8, Ashwin, but even though he's not a big tonker, you can rely on him.
Guys, what do you think about
and Divya bhai, I think you are right in the sense कि Rabada के साथ कोई support में नहीं था. There was nobody that could bowl in the death overs with Rabada.
I think Daniel Sams, as he said, I think that can be actually option.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think they might go with Daniel Sams instead of even having someone like Kimo.
Yeah, but come on, Rabada is such a good death bowler. It's difficult to have 2 good death bowlers, right? It's very rare for a team to have 2 good death bowlers.
True.
No, but I think maybe
a half decent bowler will be good enough to bowl with Rabada, right? In the end.
Right. But
actually, I know about.
Go ahead.
But just that, there's this one incident that really caught my eye. About when we're talking about Rabada's bowling, we should really talk about that second ball of the super over. I think just because it wasn't a slower one, or just because it wasn't a Yorker, you shouldn't ignore that ball, because the batsman was actually, like, the way KL Rahul backed away to play that ball, it seemed like he was expecting a Yorker at that stage, and then you follow the batsman with the short one. It was so clear that KL Rahul was taken by surprise by that ball, and I think that is the sign of such a quality bowler, that to be a death bowler, you don't just have to be a bowler who can bowl cutters or knuckle balls or bowl Yorkers. You have to be smart. You have to decide where to pitch the ball. You have to decide when to bowl what. and you have to have all the varieties. So I think that's what makes Rabada special.
I think another thing you can take into this game, like Punjab coming into bat initially, I didn't think they looked very confident about their chances. Firstly, because I think Punjab at that point were probably thinking, oh, you know what, we just threw away a game, right? We just threw away a game. We were leading in, we were commanding, or at least towards the end, we definitely had worked so hard to come back into that game, and then morale was down, right? So I think the very fact that they went into that super over as in the back seat itself caused them to make some tactical errors, some mistakes with respect to their choices in that super over. And I think
that Pooran should have not come. I don't think Pooran deserved to be there, at least based on his performance today. They could have definitely maybe opened with Maxwell or gone with, like you are saying that Mayank Agarwal wasn't available at all. I was really pissed that why didn't they get Mayank Agarwal, who was in form? I understand he's tired, but like he was batting 1 over back. It's not like he didn't get a break. Like you are in form, you would back someone who's in form. I really thought that they should have gone with Mayank Agarwal at least at number 1, if not at least 1 down, if not opening, because they really needed him. Like,
I think the reasoning behind Pooran was left hand, right hand.
I mean, enough of that. I don't agree with left hand, right hand. Definitely, it's a factor. It's a great factor. But then, even on the super over, are we talking about right?
Super over, left hand, right hand doesn't
matter, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Need the batsman.
Super over, they give that a lot of weightage. That is why I'm saying it. To me, it doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense why you would do that. But
I think the reason that they probably went with Pooran was that Pooran has actually given a statement before the match also, like 2 days back, or I think 1 day back, that I would score the fastest 50 and stuff like that. So he was in that mental state where he wanted to score big, and he was probably doing well in the practice sessions. I didn't see a Punjab's practice session, but I think probably there was something going on in the squad that he can tonk the ball very well. Something like that. That can be the only reason why he came. But I don't really understand anything apart from that.
I'm thinking Anil Kumble and KL Rahul must have thought in that break. They must have thought, who are the 3 batsmen who we are sure, like at least we are confident that can give us runs, that can give us quick runs in the super over, who can hit the ball a long way in our squad right now. And they probably thought Pooran, because at least if you look at the other options, right? Yes, Maxwell was there. Yes, Rahul was there. Agarwal was sitting He was done, right? You really, Sarfraz Khan may have been an interesting idea that could have been explored. But I think if you just look at the options that were there at the time, Pooran seemed a little obvious in the sense that for starters, he's a big West Indian guy. He can, he's had experience. He's coming from the CPL. He knows how to hit the ball well. He knows how to hit the ball.
And they also went for Pooran instead of Chris Gayle. So that showed some confidence in him.
No, definitely.
Chris Gayle was not there in the squad, but I think over in the selection.
I personally feel that they must have decided this. No, I feel that they must have decided this long back. If we go into super over, who will be our top 3 batsmen? But then they also have to look at current form and who's performing in that match. Mayank Agarwal should have been. I was expecting Mayank Agarwal to be there, and I think that made the difference in the super over because he was set. He played his innings today, and they could have taken advantage of that.
Actually in that zone now, like at one point. Yes, I'm judging.
No, but I think that the way Mayank Agarwal finished, it was you hit that high and then your body sort of gives away, right? So he could have been in that state where he's just done, and then he doesn't have anything remaining in him to go back and play another 6 balls. So maybe that's why they just.
Yeah, I think probably that's the reason.
The thing is, your legs become sore, you can't run. Your arms become sore, you can't hit the ball, right? Like you have to swing the bat, you have to get some bat speed into.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's in there, right? He's in the middle, the adrenaline is flowing, and you keep going. But once you're out of there, then you just slump down, right? So your body gives way. So I think that has had much to do with it.
Mayank Agarwal is a test batsman. Like that's his role. He has to play for the whole day at least. Like
30 overs, 40 overs, he has to be there and give.
But at the same time, I think Test and T20 are two different things altogether.
No, definitely. But what I'm saying is,
and the overall pressure itself.
Yeah, but in the Test you're pacing yourself, right? So it's not this high pressure situation.
I mean,
you don't run as much, na? Like, and because Dubai being such a big ground, they were running and running and running, and so it was right before the end of the match.
Yeah. So I think physical had a lot to do with him not coming back. Otherwise, he would be back. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I think he was
but
very.
What do you guys think about Shami? What do you guys think about Shami's over and like his performance overall? Because I think his overall performance made a huge difference in the match, in general, in the start and then also in the Super. Or at least the first ball he was looking at, like he had some plan. Though it went for like the second ball went for wide, but at least I thought Shami had some plan going on overall in the match. He was looking very, very good. Like he reported his best numbers, like 3 for 50.
No, definitely. Shami, I felt he was like, generally Shami takes time to play and like, you know, get in the zone where he can take wickets. But abhi first match se Shami ne jo performance diya, definitely he's looking really good, and I think I don't know if they'll be willing to use him in the death. I mean, definitely he bowled the super over for Punjab, but he might be expensive there, but he was looking great.
Coming to the, I mean, like Shami was actually, of course, he was splendid today. I think he's just gotten better with the last 2 years. He's just worked so hard on his game, and you know he's really looking a lot more venomous as a bowler. Like especially in the last 2 years, since he's come back into the squad, since he's during the World Cup especially, he's just looking like a complete fit bowler. He's looking ready to go. I think with respect to the death overs, Shami has to be there. I think Shami is as necessity for Punjab. They don't have many options with respect to the death bowling options they have in the squad. They don't have too many. So Shami definitely seems like the guy they need to go to. I mean, if you're going to play Cottrell and Jordan from here on out, right? If you're going to play with both of them, I don't see the possibility of them playing both of them throughout the tournament. It just doesn't look likely, and I think they should probably bring back Mujib on these tracks also. He'll be pretty solid.
Definitely.
Right?
I was shocked to see Mujib not playing today.
Right. It was very interesting squad pick today by KL Rahul. But the thing is, if you're playing either of Cottrell and Jordan, right? You're gonna have to yes, Jordan is a good death bowler, but you need a Shami there to just solidify things, just keep things together. Jordan is sometimes expensive at the death as well. So you're going to need somebody there.
I think we all saw that today, like with 30 runs coming in on his over.
But I feel differently. I think I feel differently from most of you out here. I don't think they should change the team immediately. I think they should stick to this team because bringing in...
He's an RCB fan. Go on.
No, because bringing in Mujib affects the balance of the side. Like, if you replace Jordan with Mujib, who else do you replace in the side? Right now, Krishnappa Gautam is playing a very particular role in this side, and that is playing as a number 7 batsman who can finish games. And you got a glimpse of that right now. He actually, his 10 runs were also very crucial. When they needed 74 of 36, he scored 10 runs of 2 balls, and they came down to 64 of 34, which made a huge difference. And so you can't replace him immediately. And you don't want to replace Ravi Bishnoi, who did well today and who is, I guess a star for the future who they are banking on. So, do you want to play with 3 spinners on tracks like these? No, because the track is seaming, the track is swinging. So, you want to play your 3 best fast bowlers, and when you have the option of playing 2 overseas fast bowlers, I feel Jordan is the obvious choice. Also, I guess we shouldn't judge him based on one performance. Right. This is just one performance. Even the best of bowlers have gone for.
Correct, but I also think you're right, because like Jordan and Stoinis are both coming from England versus Australia.
Yeah,
and Stoinis actually played Jordan there. So I think he already had a good condition altogether for him. Not taking anything away from Stoinis, but I'm saying that fast bowling and like Stoinis being there and no spinner or anything actually helps Stoinis, tong so many runs. in all honesty, I did not think he can actually play this kind of huge role that he played. Like I expected him to play good, but like this was like something different, totally different.
Definitely.
And I think that is a lot.
No, I mean, I think they could change. Punjab could change their strategy. Like, okay, if we don't have fast bowlers, we don't have good foreign fast bowlers who can give me overs in the dead without being expensive. Why not just play our spinners and have Mujib there, and Shami would bowl with the other guy, Cottrell. And like the pitches are eventually going to open up, and like when they open up for spinners, then I think they should play with 3 spinners. Why not?
I mean, we all saw how Ravi Bishnoi played, and even Ashwin, like they did play well on this pitch. Like of course Ashwin didn't get more overs, but like the way he was bowling at least, and even Ravi Bishnoi. So I think spinning has a lot to do with this pitch. We are taking away from that. I don't think a lot of fast bowlers can survive on this pitch. A lot of fast bowlers, yeah, some special fast bowlers like Shami or say like Rabada who are really talented can survive. Because we saw like it wasn't just Cottrell or Jordan. Mohit Sharma from Delhi went off for so many runs as well, and even Notre after one point. Like I agree, they are not great bowlers, they're not the top bowlers, but like, that's the thing. Like not everyone has someone like a Rabada or like even Bumrah or whoever, like a great dead bowler.
Right. But I think it's just poor bowling. I don't think. Again, I think it comes down to one bad performance. It was, he tried Yorkers continuously, right, and that made him first of all predictable, and he missed his mark. So the thing is, you can have an off day. Yesterday you saw Bumrah go for runs. When do you see Bumrah go for runs?
Bumrah wasn't bowling Yorker at all.
I think it's just about rhythm, right? Like sometimes you just don't hit them.
Yeah, I think you guys are being too hard on the bowlers. They weren't tested. The bowlers weren't tested in the game today, right? So now neither of the teams were able to get up to a big flyer of a start.
Yeah.
So because of that, the bowlers weren't tested up front. And so that when they come back for the second spell, they have that much more vigor to come and go at the bat.
Yeah.
So we'll have to watch and see what happens when they get tested big time. Rabada also can go for runs, right? I mean, somebody you come up and in the first 10 overs, hit you for 100 runs. Then what happens after that is very different.
Yeah, but I think one thing though, yes, I mean you guys are right. We might be like harsh here, but I want to say one thing though. Like it was very evident today that the spinners were controlling the game. It was very evident that the spinners were really controlling those middle overs. I mean, it just made so much sense to me that like you do need quality spinners on this track. You do need to play. You really need to control the middle overs with your spinners. And yes, I guess maybe that also in a way is a bad thing, like a sort of like a double-edged sword when you have the fast bowlers coming in, because like now the batsmen are looking to go after the fast bowlers, right? So like the bowlers have to be just that extra better, right? But yeah, I mean, of course, with respect to Mujib and just the squad selection today, I don't know. I mean, it definitely Ravi Bishnoi was good.
They should definitely look at their best bowlers. I feel they should look at their best bowlers, and I personally don't feel Jordan makes the cut for their best bowlers, and Mujib definitely is. I am not a big Jordan fan, I have to say. So
actually, I'll just say something here. I don't think the spinners control the game today. I think the fast bowlers set up the game for both the sides by taking wickets. I think that's what I feel for Punjab. I think the fast bowlers set up the game, and then it was just about not letting the batsman score. And Aksar, honestly, like how much pressure was Punjab in? Like you couldn't score of Aksar because
definitely. Aksar is not a wicket-taking option. He's just there for the middle overs. But like we need someone like Amit Mishra or Sandeep Lamichhane to be there. Those are wicket-taking options. So, but Mujib for Punjab, he is the wicket-taking option that Punjab has, right? So definitely, like let's say Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant were set there, right? Mujib would have been a key factor. He would have been there. He would have taken one of their wickets, and that could have made a difference there.
Mujib is also, but an opening bowler. He bowls up front.
No, he will definitely. But then they save his balls for, and even his overs for, I guess later, like in the middle stages as well. Even Ashwin used to bowl for Punjab in the power play, right? But now look at how we used it. We used him. Ashwin was there in the fifth over, and like he played well, I feel.
Thanks. Yeah. So I think that was a great analysis by everyone. And I think this match, I don't think a lot of these matches actually come. And I'm amazed how this match turned out. I didn't think this would happen. I was actually thinking something totally different. But what happened is great. And I think this would actually give both the teams good confidence, because like they both showed good courage. Like, because any time whenever someone goes to super over, it isn't about super over. It is about both teams actually showing up somehow, right? So I think both the teams will have a lot of positives and a lot of negatives also. Like even for Delhi, I think in the start having Hetmyer at number 1 was, I honestly did not. Yes, left hand right hand combination maybe, but like how much would you stretch that, or what would you do? Yeah,
I mean, if you really wanted. If you really wanted to play, if you really wanted to play a person like in that situation, I mean, Alex Carey would have been better. And I'm gonna keep punching away at Alex Carey to be there in the Delhi squad.
I also think that it was more of Ricky Ponting's choice. Like he would go counterintuitively, and I think it was probably his call to send Hetmyer up there.
Yeah, I think I mean Alex Carey or Hetmyer depends on what kind of balance you're looking at. They both are good options and they both can replace each other depending on how the balance is looking. I think Rishabh Pant, if he shows up well, like if he shows up that he's a good finisher, though I think Stoinis has showed, but like still he needs to keep performing. I don't think one performance just justifies for the whole season. So if Rishabh Pant or Stoinis at least, make sure that they are finishing up well, then we can actually have Alex Carey. I think the whole reason of having Hetmyer there is just because at some point if he plays, he will play big. And he has done that in CPL also. Like I know that CPL is not the it's not IPL. I know we cannot compare CPL or BBL or whatnot. But like still, like some of the form actually carries on. So we'll see. I think today overall bowling from Punjab in the starting 10 overs were totally different, and like it actually made a huge impact. So like we cannot blame anyone right now. They were really good, and that's about it. And then again coming back to Delhi, like we were really good too. So I think batsmen tried, but like bowling needs to be given the credit. It wasn't like always the batsman's fault. So I do feel that the shots that Hetmyer played were not required. That even Shaw for that matter, the way that he got out, the way that he was, and I was really annoyed the way Shikhar Dhawan got out. Anyway, I am a supporter of Ajinkya Rahane, so like it depends. Like my choice would be Ajinkya Rahane and Shikhar Dhawan, but that's my choice.
But I do think Delhi should like solidify their top 4 into, Shreyas at 3, Pant at 4, and then maybe decide between Marcus Stoinis and Hetmyer depending on the situation.
Yes, I think that's very good. All right, I think great conversation, great analysis, and the fire was up. We all were passionate about the whole game, and especially the way everyone was hyped up. Everyone had their own opinions, and ultimately what happened we saw. So, well, thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot, especially from RCB fan, Mumbai fan, CSK fan to be here. Because you guys know what fans mean, and we are just coming into this whole idea of having fans, Because like Delhi never had true fans in general because of the performances. But, I mean, RCB exception is there, though we both share similar performances, but still, I mean, it's great that you guys are supporting RCB, great. But like MI and CSK, I think your fan following is something that everyone looks up to,
Also, these could be the 4 teams in the qualifiers.
I honestly do think so. That was my predicted 4. Like, I honestly do think RCB, Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai. 4 of them are looking very, very good this season. But again, we'll see how it
goes. It's to prove with as big a smile on your face, on my face as there is on yours and Pranav's right now.
definitely. That was a great.
Because I think Mumbai and Chennai already like they're like yeah.
Mumbai and Chennai, it's just another win for them, or like whenever they win. But it's for us, it's like
It's a huge thing.
it's a celebration, like a fun.
Keep your words
Mumbai
to
also
yourself.
has to.
Keep
Mumbai
your words
also
to
has to
yourself.
fight the even IPL curse. So let's see what happens.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mumbai also has to fight its not winning the first matches curse, probably.
Anyway,
that's
that's
what
not a curse. That's not a
Asking
curse.
to fight the not winning matches at all curse.
See, that's just how Mumbai gets started. That's just how Mumbai. See, it's just they just need a few losses to realize that, oh shit, we need to do something, and then Bye.
Thanks so much for being here and giving your analysis. It was great having you guys here. And
Thank you so much, Manjot.
Thanks a lot.
That's man. Thanks so much, man.
bye bye.
Bye.